guys, Reed13 here and welcome to another Gunpla review. Okay, so what we have here today is another Zaku variant. On the previous video, we have covered the unboxing and the history of this unit here. If you guys are wondering, click that link right over there where I'm pointing at right now. There's the link for the unboxing and the history of this unit. The short version, this unit is not the White Ogre. This is called the White Wolf. Yes, Shin Matsunaga, aka White Wolf, or the White Wolf of Salmon, which is a really good nickname for him and for this unit also. And I really do like the color scheme. So we're going to be doing some comparisons today. We're going to check some of the issues on this unit during build, and is this worth getting? We will cover that for today, so let's get started. Okay, so let's focus on the extra parts here during the build, which is actually quite nice. So some of the extra parts that I actually got here is actually a piece of the shoulder, piece of the front skirt, which you can actually switch, a headpiece, a commander antenna, and this one is actually quite different. And this is the basic one, and two triggers here. Yeah, so you get the left and the right trigger, and a left hand here. So you guys are noticing two different color types, and this came from the same box but different frames here. Yeah. So technically the darker one is the official hand for the White Wolf here, which is only two, and the left trigger, but the remaining are actually just gray color here. But you can actually use them. It's just a little bit odd having different type of colors. You get the option to switch them to the regular gray, since there's actually plenty here if you want. Or you can use the other Zakus if you actually have extras. You can just switch it around. Simple. Okay, so the next part that I want to mention to you guys are the stickers. Now, I was actually going to put all the stickers here, but I realized right away that majority of the stickers are for the pack here, which is actually gonna kind of ruin the whole pack. So I decided not to forego with it because these are paper stickers. It won't fit well. It's supposed to go to the exhaust here and for the gray parts, and then the red part is supposed to go on this side, and this one here I actually don't know where it's supposed to go. Yeah, but I have no intention of using the stickers. I'm actually just gonna paint them to give more details. Yeah, now for the decal sheet, there's actually plenty for a high grade. And as you guys can see, there is the White Wolf insignia. There's multiple. And for this one here, you get the two versions. You get the basic blue stripes here, and you get the White Wolf insignia. So you only get two options here. But then if you do have an extra Zaku's that comes with the shoulder piece, you can actually use that. And you can remove the shield if you want to. Yeah. Actually, at first I thought this was supposed to be for the shield, but upon closer inspection, you guys can see that there's an indentation there, a hole. And for you to actually place it, you will actually have to remove the spike here, and it will cover the seam line, which is a given. And the other issue that I'm noticing placing the decal is the seam line also may be an issue, so you will actually have to use a special type of liquid, like a decal liquid, to actually properly, what do you call that, for it to properly set in. Okay, so the next part that I want to talk to you guys about are the weaponries. Now, This Zaku here, the White Wolf, actually comes with a special attachment, so you can place your weapons here. It comes with the basic heat hawk, Zaku bazooka, and Zaku machine gun. It also comes with an extra ammo, which I've actually already installed here on the side, which is actually not that bad. And you actually get other options also to actually, let's just remove this. And it's actually quite tight, so you got to be careful. And there's actually an indentation here for you to be able to equip the heat hawk here, which is actually quite nice. And you got to be careful also, otherwise it's gonna fall off. Now this is the piece where you actually just slide this in, and looks like there is something that's actually keeping this piece here from sliding all the way up. Okay, so it's actually not that bad, and there's a couple of pieces here to actually make sure it is secure. Now the one thing that I do want to state is for equipping the bazooka and the machine gun at the back, sadly it doesn't actually have enough space, and that piece right over there that you can see, that is actually panel lined, and it doesn't actually come out like the other Zakus that I know of. Yeah. Okay, so the next part that I want to talk about are the seam lines and the nubs. Now there's actually a couple of seam lines and nubs that you guys can notice it right away during construction. The one thing that I've already pointed out is the shoulder spikes, but it can be fixed using the decals. You don't even have to use your Tamiya cement to seal it off if you just want to use the decal. That's it. And for this one here, the most noticeable is always the forearm for the high grades. Yeah, as you guys can see here, there's the nubs. It's gonna require some Tamiya cement even underneath here. Yes. Yeah, and for the legs, the seam lines on the legs aren't actually that bad, which is, I'm actually quite okay with it, because it's actually been placed properly that you won't even notice it. So the only seam lines that you actually just got to worry about is the spike, which not really an issue if you place the decal there. And just the main thing is the forearm. That's it. Now the next part are the details here. I've actually used my Gundam marker for the shoulder spike and my panel line accent color to give it more details. It's not bad. One of the few things that is lacking for the Zaku here is the panel line here for the legs. There's none. The newer ones do have one. Yeah, but it's still not bad regarding details. And for the cables here, this is actually made out of soft plastic, and this one here also. So all the cables are made out of a purplish color plastic, somewhat of a see-through clear. And you will require a lot of detailing for the legs. So all over the kit, detailing, and my suggestion is use flat coat after you're done, which is actually this is actually a really good practice kit also. And some of the parts are actually molded in, as you guys can see here. And I've already talked to you guys about the backpack here. Now the thrusters at least do move, but this one here doesn't. It stays, the flaps stays the same. Okay, so the next part that I want to talk to you guys about is the mobility. So we're gonna start from top to bottom here. The top one, the head, always moves around. There's really good mobility, as you guys can see. Yep. Now the arms, this is actually a ball joint with a polycap there, so there's actually good mobility here. But putting them back It's, well, it's not that hard, but a little bit annoying. So as you guys can see, it can do a 360 turn. Same goes for the shield, and I kind of pull this down. And for the arm, the hand actually moves around, but the arm, that's how far it can go. Going back, some of the kits can kind of go farther. Depends if you want to do some diorama, and that's how far for the bending part. Now for the waist here, you can actually move it, but the cable here is what's keeping it from moving it further. So you will actually have to do some basic modification if you actually want to post this in a certain angle, due to the fact here, and as you guys can see, moving it around further kind of pushes the front skirt away. Okay, so the next part is the skirts here. Now the front skirt actually moves, and there's basic details here, and so is the side skirt, but the cable is actually keeping it. Now I forgot to clean this side here for when I use my Panaline accent color, which I'm actually gonna clean later on. Now for the back skirt, it stays the same. It doesn't move at all. Thrusters, it kind of moves a little bit. And now let's go on to the legs next. So the legs here, it actually moves, and you can actually just pull this out, and there's actually a poly cap there that makes it secure. Now for the legs here, there's actually a piece here for your action base, the universal one, so it can fit very easily. Some of the Zaku doesn't have that, which we're going to be doing a side-by-side comparison in a little bit. Now this is actually not a ball joint, but some connectors, so it actually gives you good mobility. And for the legs here, that's how far it can bend back, forward, yeah. But as you guys can see, there's actually certain gimmicks there that I actually do like. Okay, so, and for this one here, I forgot to clean that part there. Can't believe it. And the feet actually got some mobility. And for the thrusters here, you got to be very careful. One wrong move and you will break that piece there, and you don't want that. It already happened to me at one of the kits that I've already built. Now let's put this back to the White Wolf here. So you can do kind of a kick there somewhat, and it actually got good like a good balance. But that's how far it can go. And then a back kick, that's how far it can go because of the back skirt and the pack here. Okay, so overall this is actually not a bad kit. Just some basic seam line removal, nubs removal on the forearm and the shoulder. That's it. I'm actually quite happy with this unit here. Now the other seam lines for the feet here, well hidden. You won't notice it unless you want it to be shown. Detailing is important for this unit to bring out its full potential. Don't just add the stickers, the decals. Just give it actual details and do a flat coat on it or a matte spray. It depends. Or a clear spray. You decide. Okay, so highly suggestible unit to get, the White Wolf, or you can actually just paint one on your own. It's your call. This is not a P Bandai, which is even better. A Zaku 2 variant that is not P Bandai. That is actually, I actually really do like it. Okay, now up next is side-by-side comparison. Okay, first off, for the side-by-side comparison, we're gonna go back to the very first Zaku, which is the older Zaku here. I actually got two. I got the basic Zaku 2. I've actually kind of kit bashed this a little bit, but the basic are still the same. And then the next one is the Garmazabi Zaku 2. You guys never got the chance to see this in the anime series. Hopefully in the Origin series we get to see this unit in action. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is we're just going to set the kit bash Zaku aside and focus on the Garma Zaku here because it only got a few minor changes. The Garma 2 Zabi, Garma Zabi Zaku 2, got the commander's antenna here, some Vulcans on the headpiece, and a different type of axe. Okay, so this is one of the earliest Zaku 2 variants. As you guys can see, the proportion is quite different. Even the headpiece here for the White Wolf or the newer Zakus now, since it's 2018, got a more sharper look compared to the old one, and it's a lot more sleeker design. There's more panel lines, especially on the legs here. Like this is the high mobility Zaku 2, and this is the basic Zaku 2 that was mainstream in the storyline. So yeah, it's really not that bad in the general design frame. Okay, now the next, you can tell that Bandai actually have gone so far for their kits, which I'm actually quite thankful. Now the next part is actually a competition piece. It's nothing basic, but this is what I actually brought in during my trip to Montreal for the Gunpla Builders World Cup. Is my Zaku 2 TriStar here. So it's a little bit dusty. This is a straight build that I actually just put a flat coat on it and put it in an entry to get the badge. Yeah, I really do want the badge, and I put as much work as I can with what little time that I have. I did had a competition piece that I could have brought in, but I thought I wasn't going to compete, and that was a mistake. But this time I'm going to be a lot more prepared for that. Okay, so so I'm done with the storytelling here. Okay, so this is actually one of the two changes that you can do for a black TriStar Zaku, which is this one here. Let's just move that aside. So this kit here was released in 2015, and I'm going to be doing a separate unboxing later on for the Zaku 2 High Mobility, since there's actually two options here. The Gaia Mesh setting, as you guys can see here. There's the one with the double shield, which I'm using right now, and the sniper rifle style. Okay, but we're going to talk about that later on. Okay, so the White Wolf was released in 2013, while the TriStar was released 2015, and you guys can already see the huge difference between the two. So the Bandai sure definitely is advancing slowly. Both are high mobility, and some of the difference that I can tell right away is the legs here for the White Wolf. There's no panel line, so I can use the TriStar here as a base to add some details. And for the chest here, now the black TriStar is not a P Bandai, okay? So the other difference is the chest here. The side chest doesn't have much details. Like the same general chest here, because the TriStar, you can see that there's some indentations there for details, and there's some vents. And for the White Wolf, it doesn't have one. And then if you look at the forearm here, what you guys can see, just gonna push that there. There's just a gap there when it comes to design. So yeah, but this is still a wonderful Zaku 2 White Wolf design, and this actually, just by looking at the TriStar Zaku, it already gives me a lot of ideas. Okay, that is actually, well, before that, here's the comparison for the back. TriStar got a more sleeker design. I know I shouldn't be comparing a newer model Zaku for an older one, but I just want to show you guys the differences and how far Bandai had gone when it comes to their skills, to their detailing. And both aren't P Bandai, so you can actually get this and add some details, make it look very worth it. Okay, so that is all I got for today. If I did actually miss some things for this review, leave it in the comment section below. I changed it up a little bit because every time I review, I talk about the history of the unit, which I actually really do enjoy. So I decided to do it in the what do you call that, in the unboxing, but it seems that my review still takes a long time. But then if you guys have already gone this far watching this video, thank you guys so much. So again, if I did miss some things, leave it in the comment section below, and I will definitely make some corrections on future videos. And again, this is a very, very good unit, highly advisable to get. You can add some details into it. Yeah, and I built this unit for someone close to me, more like a tribute to them. Okay, this is Reeve 13. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good day, good night, afternoon, wherever you are. Don't forget to click that subscribe button and that like button right over there. Much appreciated, guys. Have a good day, good night, afternoon, wherever you are. Reeve 13 signing out.